What's good, everybody? Spektrades back here, and in this video we're going over a quick NAS100 trade breakdown on this trade that I was observing yesterday on the March 19th. Before we get started on the video, make sure to give me a follow on Instagram at Spektrades. This is where I am most active at. If you have any questions, make sure to give me a DM on Instagram at Spektrades. Let's hop back in the video. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So first and foremost, as we can see, price had retraced back and tapped into this fair value gap that I had sent in the Telegram. Price came back and filled this fair value gap and tapped into this IPA before purging lower. And then, as we can see, last week all these old lows right here had got purged. As we can see, price was just building up liquidity inside right here, just playing around, and then price purged through all these old lows last week. And now let's go down to the 1 hour, and then from the 1 hour. Let me remove this right now. And then from the 1 hour, we can see that this was our liquidity sweep. Bring that to the right. Okay, cool. So this was our liquidity sweep. And then on the 1 hour, price was showing us bullish price movement. Price had gave us a 1 hour breakup structure of the old high. Boom. But on the 4 hour, price was just wicked up to fill in this fair value gap on the 4 hour. Right? So price came up. It was a breakup structure on the 1 hour. And just like I stated on the premium discount video, we have to wait for price to come in discount before we can look for buys, and then we wait for price to come in premium for us to go lower. So as you can see here, I usually only trade New York. So right here, I was just observing what happened during London session. So let's scale down to the 15 minutes. Now we have seen our range. So our range is from this low. So this was the beginning of our range. And then now let's get down to the 15 minutes. And then right here on the 15 minutes, we can see here, I usually always use my Asian range indicator just to see what did Asian do, because we know that Asian range, what did London session do, because the London session always does the manipulation, right? So as we can see during Asian session, we can see here price was just accumulating orders. And then during London, around 4 a.m., as we can see down here, 4 a.m. price purged the London highs, price purged the Asian highs and tap into this fair value gap, boom, before pushing price lower, bringing us now into discount zone. Right now we are in deeper of discount, as we can see. Boom. Like I state, we wait for price to come in discount before we go long. So as you can see during London, price was just moving around, and then price did the manipulation, push price higher to fill in this fair value gap, to then push us down to come in discount zone. And then we just wait for price to just show us more price action. And me personally, I don't really start looking at the markets until 9 till 1 p.m. 13. That's when I look at the markets. I would say that's when I get on my charts and I trade. I only trade New York session. So like everything that happens before New York session, I just analyze it, right? So I analyze everything that happened London session and Asian session. So when I come in New York session, my time, right, that's when I go in the markets and see what type of setups I can look for. Now let's go down even more to the 5 minutes and see what we can see. We can see that price had crawled right back up around 8 a.m. Just like I stated, I don't really look at the markets until 9 a.m. comes around. That's when my alarm clock hits, and for me to start looking at the charts. So right here around 8 a.m. price started crawling back up, and then I was observing this right here. Price came back up and tapped into this 5 minute order block right here that got purged down, and this broken low that was aligned with our Asian range. And this is just basic retail strategy right here. Boom. A broken low now becomes resistance, right? So this low right here was one support, as we can see. Every time price came back up, price supported it, price purged up, and then price came back down and purged right through it, as we can see. So now we can expect when price retraces back to it, price will then push price lower. Boom. So now this is how I mainly just sit and wait for price to show me a setup. I don't really try to rush a setup. I don't really try to force a setup. I would say I have certain models that I look for, and I just wait for price to show me the correct price action, and then we can play price. Let me just make this even better, make it a little faster, and then we'll just play in price, and then we can see that price right here. I gave us a liquidity sweep. This is one of my models right here. Price gave us a liquidity sweep. Boom. and then came back up and retraced and give us a high, right? But then that high, as you can see here, failed to give us a lower low. Boom, it failed to push price lower. This is what we call a failure swing. This is one of my favorite models, the mitigation block model. Boom, fails to give us a failure swing, but then push price higher and purge through it, right? Boom. So as we can expect, this is when I usually scale back up to the 10 minutes, or the 15 minutes, right? So right here, this trade right here was just a 10-minute trade. I have posted this on my Instagram also if you want to see the markup, or on the thumbnail, right? So right here on the 10 minutes, what can we see? Right after price give us this failure swing, price give us a breakup structure. Boom. So now an indication for us that price wants now to push to go bullish, right? So price gave us a liquidity sweep and then came back up, give us a high, and then that high failed to push price lower, but then purge through the old high, right? Now that's like a indication for us to want to go higher, right? So let me remove this. Boom. So now my new range is now from this low to now this high right here. But as of now, we're not gonna really put a big range on it. So now we just know that our low, right, our strong low is from this low right here. Our strong low is from this low. If price comes back down and purge to this strong low, then we know we have to just wait and be patient for another setup to show, or for us to just sit on our hands for the day, right? So this right here is our strong low, and as you can see, price was still playing inside of our time frames. So for me personally, I just sit in front of my charts and just wait for price to just show me more price action, as we can see. And then I start looking for basic targets, right? Just like I stated, this was my old range from this high. Let me make it right here. So this was my old range from this high to this low. Boom. But now once price failed to push through this low and give us a breaker structure, this old range high right here becomes my weak high, just like I stated in the strong lows in weak high video. And then we can target these old highs also. These are just internal range highs for our partials, as we can see, right? So we can expect all these internal range highs to get taken. So we're just gonna put a little pool of liquidity line right above it. Boom. And now this old high can be taken, and then this old high can get taken, and then we are already expecting for this old high to get taken because price mitigated it, but then price gave us a breakup structure. Then for me personally, for my entry, what we can see, price left us this fair value gap and this mitigation block right here. Boom. So how do we enter in this, right? We can just place our trade right at the open of the mitigation block. Boom, right at the open of it. Stop loss right at the low. Or you can put your stop loss at the strong low, right? But for me personally, for a better RR, right at the strong low, right at the low of the mitigation block. Aligned it perfectly. Make this orange, a little lighter. Okay, cool. And then what we're targeting, our old range high, right? Our old range high, because price failed to push price lower, right? But was just clearing liquidity. Boom. Price failed to push price lower and then give a solid breakup structure, but it was just a clear of liquidity. So now we can expect for this old high to get taken. And then we're just gonna play price. Boom. As we can see, price came right in at around 11:20 a.m. Boom. 11:20. Price came, filled the fair value gap on the 10 minutes. Or on the 15 minutes also, if you don't have TradingView Premium, it's just the there was a 15-minute order block right here also, right, as we can see. And then price left us this internal range low. The 10 minutes just show us more price action than the 15 minutes is showing us also, right? So after every breakup structure, a slight pullback will come, and then we see that price came in, cleared that slight pullback, filled our 10-minute fair value gap, and then put tap into our 10-minute order block. And where are we targeting? Old highs right here for a quick 126. As we can see, we're just holding our trade. Then boom, this high gets taken, and then just like I stated, all our internal range high is gonna get taken. So we can take our first partial right here for a quick 122, and then another partial right here for 123, 124 really, and then right here for our full partial, for our full trade at a 126. So now let's play price and just see what happens. Right here could be a second entry. Boom. So after this break of structure, since we know that this trade is confirmed now, we can now stack our entries. So now this could be another entry, another break of structure. Boom. The same type pattern. We're just gonna use this open right here, and it aligns with this broken high. This could be a second entry. Stop loss right at the low. And then what we're targeting, the same old highs right here. And I'm explaining this in hindsight because I can explain it better for the people that's going to be commenting this in hindsight. It's just better to just record it in hindsight just to explain it better, I would say. And then let's go. Second internal range high cleared. Second entry already tapped in. I had explained it a little later. Where are we targeting? Our full take profit, this old range high right here. And then boom, right? So around 12:30, 12:40, boom, our trade is done. Boom. That's when we just close our trade and just be done for the day, right? So that's basically how I do my trades for the day, for the New York session. So I would say that's basically it right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this small trade breakdown of this NAS 100 trade and how I kind of trade the New York session, I would say. Spektrades out.